What's up, everyone? How you doing out there? Welcome to another edition of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game show. Final score, Rockets won. They beat the Hawks in a game that was rescheduled because of icy conditions, 196. But Rockets led the Hawks 96-80 with 5:16 left in the fourth and held on. DeAndre Hunter had a wide open three-point shot for a go-ahead bucket and missed. Rimmed out, bounced off the top of the backboard, over the backboard. I'm curious your thoughts on the victory to win. Both teams played Monday night. Travel, both teams arrived late. Rockets did not arrive to the hotel like till 3 in the morning. Mental fatigue was part of it. Tired legs, both teams. This was some bad basketball. First half was hideous. It was some bad basketball. Abovely, thank you for chiming in, Justin. Justin, we might steer this conversation a little differently if you want to, Justin. I'm just saying, if you want to. But kudos to everybody chiming in to join the conversation to discuss this win. This was, Rockets had to coming off the high of winning in Boston the way they did Monday night, traveling to Atlanta for an originally not scheduled back-to-back. They won the game. That's about they won the game. Jalen Green, up and down game for him. 25 points. Got to go in the third quarter. But he had 7 turnovers, 7 of the Rockets' 21 turnovers. Jae'Sean Tate, I'm going to give him a shine right now, so I'll put him in the thumbnail. Young man, part of that bench came through. 16 points, perfect 6 for 6 from the floor. 4 for 5 from the free throw line. 4 steals. He did a little bit of everything to help get the win. Alperen Sengun was kind of passive at times tonight, but he did end up with 18 and 10. It's almost like clockwork for him to get a double-double. But this is a strange stat. Rockets had 21 turnovers. 14 in the first half. Hawks scored 14 points off those turnovers. All 14 of those points came in the first half. Rockets committed 7 turnovers in the second half. The Hawks scored 0 points off those 7 turnovers. That's hard to do. That is hard to do. Your opponent turns it over 7 times, and you get 0 points off their mistakes. Coaches want 1-to-1, a point off a turnover. At least 1 point for every turnover. Hawks got 0 off of 7. Rockets won by 4. Contrast, Hawks had 18 turnovers, and the Rockets scored 23 points off those turnovers. Rockets found a way to win. That's bottom line. That's bottom line. That's it. 32 and 14 for the Rockets. Hawks have now lost 6 in a row. It wasn't pretty. But down the stretch, some problems. Execution reared the ugly head again. But it's a win. It's just, I don't want to over analyze it too much. Even though that's what post-game shows do. But KDC with, going a different approach, saying the rebs helped the Rockets tonight in the victory. Some of the turnovers were baffling. Jalen had 7. Cam had 3. Dylan had 3. Amen had 2. LP had 2. Fred had 2. Fred was 2 for 9 from the floor. This is back-to-back games. The Rockets have won where Jalen and Fred do not shoot well from 3. Still won. Rockets were 7 of 30 from 3 and still won. 7 of 30, 23.3% from three. But Rockets were 19 of 20 at the foul line. That's unlike the Rockets for much of the season. 19 of 20. 95%. How about that? And I got to say this. Above, I'm going to get to your question momentarily. So it was, I'm going to get to that. Trae Young, yeah, he's a flopper. He did have 8 turnovers, 8 of the Hawks, 18 turnovers. And when he wasn't turning it over, he was flopping, trying to get fouls called against the Rockets. But a clear miscommunication to leave DeAndre Hunter wide open from the top of the key for that three-pointer. Wide open. Both went to Trae. It's rare you get look that open for a go-ahead potential game-winning basket. Do I think, Justin, going to chime in with this one? Do you think the Rockets should give up Jabari for Fox? Heck, if that's all they're going to take you, hell yeah. if that's the core of the deal, yeah. I'm curious. I mean, it doesn't matter what Trae said, but Dillon grabbing Trae's neck. Why? It's a bad look. But to do it that late in the ball game, that could have cost the Rockets. The refs determined or decided to give a double tech, 1 tech on Trae, 1 tech on Dillon. Ryan Hollins was talking about the bump that Trae did on Dillon like it was some massive contact. Trae Young weighed like $165. Come on. He walked in Dillon. Really, come on now. That wasn't much of contact. It wasn't called for. Trae and Dillon getting into it, talking verbally. But that wasn't some massive collision that Trae ran into Dillon Brooks. Come on now. But Dillon put his hand on Trae's neck. That could have been a little different. Oh, yeah. Eco, for the most part, we can talk about this now. Eco, me, Mark Stein, a lot of national NBA reporters do not believe the Rockets are going to make a move, especially a big move like going for De'Aaron Fox. They're going to stick with what Rafael Stone said in December. Going to stick with this core and see what they do for the rest of this season. Now, if things don't go well, go as far, they flame out on playoffs, then we'll reassess things come summertime. But I just don't see them going for a major move like De'Aaron Fox. No, don't see that happening. But Motivational Burst, thank you for chiming in. Good to see your comment. Appreciate you participating in the discussion. Keep it coming. But, your thoughts on everybody? Your thoughts on this one from H-Town's finest? Rockets are winning games purely on hustle and heart. That's not going to cut it during the playoffs. Probably not 4 times. Not against good teams. Probably not. That's an interesting statement. Interesting assessment. But Tony, how are you? Y'all agree with this one? Oh yeah, this, and I'm not going to. How should I phrase this? I'm not going to bash anybody in the media for being surprised that De'Aaron Fox top team, preferred team of choice is the Spurs. That's been common knowledge for a while. Where y'all been? I mean, that's not news. But so if you're new, if that's news to you, okay, but maybe you need to get some new sources of information. But that's not news. His preferred choice has been the Spurs and team with Wemby. But yeah, I mean, some of y'all acting like De'Aaron Fox is surprisingly moved. De'Aaron Fox wants to go to San Antonio. Where y'all been? Duh. So it's, Tony, thank you, man. Appreciate you chiming in. Thank you. Try to do these post-game shows after most of the Rockets games, home and away, if there's not a conflict with the Cougs in those post-game shows. But this is what I want y'all thoughts on. As a competitor, I'd be like, bring it. I don't care. But Justin, you've been pushing for the Rockets to get De'Aaron Fox. You guys are Rocket fans. What are y'all's thoughts about potential Wemby and De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio for the next who knows how long as the 1A rival to the Rockets? Because I think at some point the Rockets and OKC are going to match up in playoffs and become rivals as well. But would y'all want to see De'Aaron Fox team up with Wemby? So, Justin said that's dangerous. That could be a hell of a tandem. Solo with a great answer. We have Amin Thompson. June with a comment. We need an agile center. Who was it? I think it's Sam Bassini. Somebody in one of their trade proposals before the deadline proposed a deal that resulted in Time Lord coming to the Rockets. Might have been a 3-team deal. And I think what was going out from the Rockets, who was going out from the Rockets was like Jock Landale and maybe a picker, a second-round pick, something like that. But Time Lord was coming to the Rockets. So what do I think about that? I think it was Sam Bassini with The Athletic. I think that's right. Because he kind of did the pros of the deal and then the cons of it with the Rockets medical staff clear Robert Williams because of his injury history. Would they, approve the deal kind of thing. So, Buff Lee with a different assessment of Wemby than some folks. Oh, there it is, right here. Excuse me, right here. Not scared of Wemby. He's light, no heart. Oh, how about that? So what? But him when he gets to the playoffs, that star will rise even more. But the competitor, Wemby, Fox, 2-man game. The competitor in the Rockets, competitor in the Rocket fans, competitor in the Rockets organization. Bring it. Spurs, y'all do what y'all want to do. We have what we have. Amin Thompson has a bright future, could be an all-NBA player just like Wemby. So y'all have one, Rockets have one. So what? Lorenzo, how you doing? Lorenzo Rogers, thank you for chiming in. Salute to everybody chiming in. As we discussed more than the Rockets' 4-point win over the Hawks. It was ugly, but it's a win. That's bottom line. Really. So Justin, Solo, everybody, Lorenzo, Above Elite, everybody. Would you like to see a trade, the Rockets make a trade to get Robert Williams, another healthy? He has a relationship connection with Coach Udoka. And a thought process, if he's healthy and if he passes the medicals, and that's a big, big if with Robert Williams, is Steven Adams could walk this summer and you'd still have your backup big already on the roster with Robert Williams. Would that be a good deal for y'all, especially if it just involves trading Jock Landale, who's serviceable, good pro, but he's not a great athlete. Tari Eason this is back-to-back load management kind of thing. He is expected to, hoped to play the last few games before the break. So it's nothing, no setback. As far as I know, it wasn't any setback. It was kind of planned. Above league coming strong with the comments. It says Wemby shoots too many threes. He should be down low. He doesn't have the frame to be down low. Take the physical contact. That's part of what you're saying as well. He doesn't punish people. He doesn't. It's not his stature, not his size to do that. So above league said doesn't want Time Lord. Only concern is Jabari. I don't think Jabari is a concern. Lorenzo states Robert Williams maybe if he's healthy. That's a huge question. The Trailblazers have their center of the future in Donovan Clingan. So they don't want, they don't want to take too many minutes away from Kling Kong, if you like that nickname. But like I said, because the market for a Time Lord is not that high because of his injury history. So in the deal that was proposed, I think it was just, I want to say it was a 3-team deal. I forgot who the third team was. But it was just like Rockets giving up Jock Landale and a second-round pick. Maybe Jae'Sean Tate, maybe. But it wasn't anything of the core for the Rockets. KDC with legit fact. Availability is an ability. I go with it sometime. The best ability is availability. Time Lord, as good as he is, lacks that. I mean, that's legit. Okay, well, see, now I'm going into more hypotheticals and ifs and stuff. Because you don't know. I was going to say, what if you knew Time Lord could be healthy for the playoffs or would be healthy for the playoffs? If it involved him going into next season, if he doesn't play on back-to-backs, if his minutes are limited to try to maximize his chance of being healthy for the postseason, would y'all be okay with that? I mean, Steven Adams doesn't play every game. Steven Adams is much more physical, obviously, than Robert Williams. But, Steven Adams, why not give him the same thing to Rob Williams? Why not give Rob Williams that same kind of deal? You're saying you don't want a second-round pick and Jock Landale for Rob Williams? You wouldn't want to do that? Not the second pick, a second-round pick. Okay. So it's just Rockets aren't going to do. Anything major. I'd be shocked between now and deadline. A major deal, something minor. Tony says he's not a difference maker. Okay, Tony, is there a deal you'd like the Rockets to make to get a difference maker by the deadline? Not this summer, because the Rockets, I think, might do something major in the summer if given the chance. But way things stand, 32-14. 32-14. Boy, who'd have thought that, man? Man, oh man, who'd have thought that? I know I didn't. Salute to Solo. 45-50 wins. Prediction by Solo. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. But yeah, I want to say that was the proposal. And Clint Capella, back spasms. And he's up there in age. And I think Clint was kind of a late scratch. Games Harden, thank you for timing. No worries about joining late. Glad you're here. There's no time clock for y'all joining the show. Just join the show and add your comments, ask a question. I'll try to get to them as best I can. KDC with it. Interest. Steve Adams might like it here. His contract is up this summer. He may want to come back. Hey. Rockets' interest in Fox, I think, is not as big as some people might say publicly. And it's Justin, I'm putting you on point. Other than Justin, any of you guys believe if the Rockets acquired De'Aaron Fox, that his addition would raise the ceiling that much more for the Rockets? I know Justin thinks so. So, yeah, that 2018 Rocket team is getting old. Yep. I think that's just Steve Adams, Justin. With his air mattress. Tony being GM, putting the GM hat on. Jabari reading Tate picks for a power forward. Like who? Who you got in mind, Tony? Who? And is that for now or in the summer? How many of y'all, especially the newcomers, because we've added some new people, some returning folks. How many of y'all would like the Rockets, Rafael, to make a deal by the deadline, which is February 6th? Heck, that's next Thursday. Yeah. and I mean a major deal. Tony says now. Wow, okay. So let's see. Yeah, still interested in Fox. Stone should always. Oh yeah, it's part of his job. Take the phone call. Listen to what Sacramento wants in return, and then decide from that. Eric Pincus from Bleacher Report weeks ago, now it's in December, wrote, I still have that. Let me see if I still have that. That the Rockets were the best fit for, let's see if this is it. All right, this is from December. The De'Aaron Fox trade idea most likely to happen. All the names, all those kind of things. But that's what Eric Pincus thought would happen. Look at all that, folks. I'm going to say it to you if you're in the kitchen or not at your screen just yet. The Kings would get Reed Shepard, Cam Whitmore, Jeff Green, Jae'Sean Tate, Jock Landale, 2027 first round pick swap, 2028 first round pick, 2030 first round pick, 2031 first round pick swap, a trade exception, 2 trade exceptions, and the Rockets would get De'Aaron Fox, Trey Lyles, and Doug McDermott. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. See, if Rafael should take the call, but if the Kings want all that, I'm Rafael. Yeah, no, no, thank you. We're not doing that. No. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said that's a major deal, in my opinion. That ain't happening. I don't see that happening, especially between now and next Thursday. That's not happening. Summertime, maybe not quite that much, that major, but I wouldn't be surprised because you got to start focusing on making that deep run to playoffs. You might have to make some changes to your core, your young core, to add another star. But yeah, everybody seems to be in agreement on that one. Above elite. United says Rockets need badly another shooter on this team. Justin feels he wants Cam traded. Above elite says that's too damn much. X-Ray says that's too much. Some guy named Andre got jokes and bring back Harden for Van Vliet. That ain't happening for either party. So that's a lot. United says that's much. It is, yeah. It's a lot of draft capital. Damn sure is. It sure is, man. And let me be, if you don't know who Eric Pincus is, he is a well-sourced NBA writer. Okay, he's an insider. So he thought that made the most sense and was most likely to happen. I was like, ooh, Eric, damn, man. Boy. But back to the bubbly, hell no. 8th ounce finest, man, hell no. Chosen, price too steep. I think Rafael take the call and then just sit there, whoever he is, and put it on speaker. Oh, hell no. No. Or simply respond very seriously, very stern voice. Are you serious? You want me to give up all that for De'Aaron Fox? No, thank you. And then hang up the phone. James Harden wants the Rockets to get another big and maybe a shooter off the bench. That's a lot. It's a lot, folks. I'm not, and the Spurs, let's see. I forgot who was in. Spurs involved picks. Mr. Johnson probably going to the Kings, but it wasn't that many players. Wasn't that many people. KDC, Fox and Sabonis had a ceiling. Not sure I would pay all that if Fox and Sengun turn out the same way. Oh, and in that trade proposal, notice Jalen Green was not included in that deal. So the Rockets would have De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Green, and Fred as their guard rotation. And then next in the summer, Pincus wrote that either the Rockets would renegotiate a lower salary deal for Fred or tell Fred, thank you very much for your leadership here. We appreciate you helping us get to this next phase. We wish you good luck. So that's something. Justin said, I know what Rafael would do if I think what Rafael should do if that was requested from the Kings. Let me get it ready. This is what I think Rafael would do. And then one more time for emphasis. That's what I think Rafael should do with that. But so Mr. Big Texco, your idea makes sense. But from the Kings' perspective, they would want to get younger. Young talent like Reed and like Cam. So that's the mindset that the negotiation you'd have to play off to make it all work. Because Rafael hear all that, you want all that? Well, damn, why don't I just give you Fred? Instead. But we'll see. Paquita, how you doing? Chiming in. Appreciate you chiming in from other side of the world. The show is global again. Wish my man Terry from New Zealand would chime in. We'd really have it rolling. But by the way, Rockets did beat the Hawks 196 in spite of 21 turnovers. Jalen Green had 7 of those turnovers. Trae Young had 8 turnovers for the Hawks, 8, and a lot of flopping. 8 of the Hawks' 18 turnovers. Jae'Sean Tate, reliable. He's reliable. I think he'd be really impactful might be the wrong word, but beneficial to another team, a contending team, but he's got a role here. But yeah, Jae'Sean, 16 points, 6 for 6 from the floor, 4 for 5 from the line, 3 rebounds, 4 steals. And a quirk, like I said earlier in the show, near the top of the show, Rockets had 14 turnovers in the first half. The Hawks scored 14 points off those turnovers. Rockets had 7 turnovers in the second half, and the Hawks scored 0 points off of 7 turnovers. I'm sure it's happened before. I don't remember it happening. You get 7 turnovers from your opponent and score nothing. Man, that's hard to do, man. That is hard to do. Damn. Man, you get 7 turnovers and score nothing. Boy. Justin, I see the comment, man. Well, the Buff Elite, he give up all that for Ja. Ja not going anywhere. That's not happening. But it was but Rockets led by 16 points, 5 minutes left. 16. Lead shrunk to 2 with an open 3-point attempt for DeAndre Hunter to be the go-ahead or game-winning bucket. And he shot it too hard. It bounced off the rim and over the backboard. Man. Good point, Solo. Because Jae'Sean been here a long time. He remembers the losing and the struggle. The struggles. Boy. Oh, Jalen Green not going anywhere. Not by the deadline. Summertime you might, but that's not happening. Because Rafael's job is to take phone calls from other GMs. That's part of his job. And I think Coach Udoka is the same way, feels the same way. Tillman feels the same way. Barring some earth-shattering deal where it's just a clear win for the Rockets, they're going to stand pat. They're not going to make some major deal between now and next Thursday. They're going to ride it out and see how this team, what this team does in the postseason, and then reassess in the summertime. So they're not going to, I can never say never, but I'd be shocked if they made a major deal between now and next Thursday. I mean, shocked. And it has to be a hell of a deal. I'm talking major deal. I'm not talking about some fringe deal, Jock Landale for a second-round pick. I'm not talking about that. Okay, that's minor. No. I'm talking about some major deal. Who was it who kicked around? Yeah, it's easy to trade Jalen in the summertime. He's not going anywhere. not between now and February 6th. He's not going anywhere. The rules have kind of changed on the buyout market. So, and it depends on who gets that. It's a balance. It is much more of a balance now than it used to be. But I don't see the Rockets being involved in a major deal. Folks were surprised that, De'Aaron Fox, I guess, and his people let it be known today that he won't be signing a long-term contract with the Kings and wants out. And the Kings are willing to trade him for the right offer now rather than in the summer. So that kind of opened some people's eyes. Zach LaVine, I think, is on the block. Of course, Mr. Butler, and some folks are reporting that Miami is lowering their demands, what they want in return for Jimmy. Why do that? But Miami, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets. Who do the Lakers have? you know, that Miami, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets for Mr. Fox. Yeah, that's a nice list. Sure. Yeah, who was it? Who was it who brought up, who said kick the tires on I don't know about that one. Yeah. This person wants Jalen traded. Why are you so adamant that you want the Rockets to trade Jalen Green? Had his best season so far in the NBA. Rockets aren't going to give up on him just for nothing. I mean, hey. So yeah, let's not go overboard. Now, Lonzo Ball, not LaMelo Ball, Lonzo Ball, because his contract is up this summer. So but Melo's not leaving Charlotte. That's not happening. And the Bulls need to start over. Stop being mediocre and bite that bullet. But hey. So it's just at this point, yeah, Jalen not going anywhere now. Now the summertime, that's different. See, H-Town's finest because Jalen Green is fool's gold. He had a hell of a what, 6 to 8 weeks. I think he's kind of regressing shooting wise to who he is. He's still a talented player though. But on this team, it's Amen Thompson and Alperen Sengun are the cornerstones, I think, going forward for this team. So the question would be, would Jalen and his people want to accept being the third option behind Amen Thompson and Alperen Sengun? Above elite with a multi. You want Butler? What? Come on. Seriously, do you want Jimmy Butler? Do you really? You're the first person, I think, on these shows who say you want the Rockets to get Jimmy Butler. Are you being serious right now on that one? No. No. You mean she put in a call for Derek White? Yeah. For who? Because Boston would be like, I don't think so. But who would you want to give us? Yeah. But yeah, come on, Buffalo. Seriously. I think you're the first person on this show. Seriously. I'm not gonna give you the X or anything, but no, not on this team. Too old. Timeline is all wrong. No. fit isn't there. No. No. I mean, your answer is kind of okay because he has championship experience. No. He would destroy this team. Ooh, I disagree with this because this is not the first time he's done this. Okay. This isn't his first time pulling this trick. Now, if this was his first time, pouting his way out of a team, that's something different. But this ain't. So this is his way. This is his pattern. No. Nope. Not doing it. But hey, that's something. Okay. So yeah, no on that one. You don't think Tibbs is a hard ass like Coach Udoka? Mm. So yeah. I mean, Coach Tibbs and Coach Udoka a little bit handle players a little different, but they're two old school dudes. I don't know about that. But yeah, no on that one. No on that one. All right, let me see here. Rockets got Memphis on Thursday, right? Thursday. See if the Grizzlies take care of the ball better. See if their head coach does a better job calling timeouts. Well, the Rockets will go in Memphis and do it again. But it's just Rockets are 32-14, and they're winning in different ways. Different players are stepping up, game to game. It's like I said, you're the first person on these shows to say that about Mr. Butler. Stand on it. Stand on it. You're gonna stand alone on it, but stand on it. Because I feel certain that there are other Rocket fans on other Rocket shows and spaces, whatever. But not on this show. You're the first. I think maybe someone, maybe one other person. But it's all it's all good. But yeah, whatever. Oh man. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm like, hey, Sam, if you go stand on it, be 10 toes down, man. Stand on it, man. No. Yeah, Jimmy wants his money. That's why he doesn't want to go to Memphis, supposedly, because Memphis has already said, yeah, we're not giving you your money. We're not going to do the 50 million extension you want. Nope, we're not going to do it. We'll let you walk this summer and keep it moving. But yeah, Rockets, Jimmy Butler's too old for this young core. Yeah, everybody's opinion. This is true. Yeah, this is true. As long as there are no personal shots at anybody here, all opinions are welcome. I mean, but man, oh man. And well, I don't know. See, this is the issue though. I think somebody will pay him. But that team that does pay him has an older core and believes foolishly that getting Jimmy will make them legit championship contenders. He won't. He won't do that for Phoenix. No. But no. Spurs won't do that. No. And why would you want that for the Rockets though? And I'm curious with Brad Beal he wants to go to a warmer a team that's located in a warmer climate. He really doesn't want to have to move his wife and kids around, unless he has to. So he has the ability, the power to veto a deal. He doesn't want to go to that team. So he doesn't want to go up north to some cold city. So I mean, he limits the Suns' options to make a trade for Jimmy Butler. It's just, Jimmy he's acting like he has a whole lot of leverage when he doesn't. But I mean, 35 years old, he wants one more big check. But no, what I heard, he does not want to go to Milwaukee. Well, he has not said. There are some folks who have stated that he has put that out there. No, he hasn't. No. But no, because one of the reasons is he doesn't want to go to, and the reason was he prefers a warmer climate. Man, you see what the Bucks have, for your teammates possibly. But I mean, Giannis and Dame say, "Hey, man, with you here, we're one step closer to winning the chip. You can go to warmer climate in the summer. We'll buy you a heater. Whatever you need to come here, kind of thing." Negotiating, his tactics, his ploys. Part of this, we're getting into it now. These next few days, it's lion season. So some of these things you're seeing in print, hearing on podcasts, is lies. Not just spin, flat out lies. So it's just, that's why I don't get into too much of it, because there's stuff. This is what I was going to say. The NBA is a business, and agents, runners, NBA insiders have their own contacts, and they are fed information to make public to appease their sources. And some of that stuff is just not true, So I just take a seat back to it. Dorian, how you doing, man? Miss Dorian, last few shows. But yes, Rockets held on, and this is very true. That's why you saw Woj, you see Shams, when they post on social media, they credit the agency, the sports agency, for so-and-so player signed, represented by whoever. It's it's a give and take. That agency is giving the NBA insider info, putting out stuff to make their player look good, make the client look good. That's part of this whole business. It's, like Solo said, it's a business. But some of this stuff is just, and this is true. Sun struggles. It's good for the Rockets. Now there was a reported deal. Who was it? Was it Bobby Marks? Somebody at ESPN, I think, wrote, it's not going to happen. But a deal involving Kevin Durant coming to the Rockets. And Rockets would give, the Suns back their picks, all kind of stuff, but KD come to the Rockets. It's all kind of stuff going on, being talked around, put in print these last few weeks. We got, 8 more days to go? Oh, here we go. Above elite. You got a soulmate. You got a soulmate. Dorian, I think we need Jimmy Buckets coming here. Why? Why? Honestly, why? Why would you want that cancer, headache on this team. Stand on your opinion. Don't back down. Give me your reasons why. Because I'm curious. I want to know. Because now you are the second person who has stated that you would like to see the Rockets get Mr. Butler. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. But see, Dorian. See, Above Lee says thank you. It's not going to happen. I mean, if the Rockets were struggling and not winning games, I could lend more credence to it. But 32-14, no, 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 no. Yeah, bona fide star. Okay, but all right, Dorian, do you want the Rockets to pay him his $52 million for the next 2 years that he wants? Hell, I think it's 55. 2 years, 110, 115. Or do you want him as a rental? Because Jimmy Butler is not going to help the Rockets this year win a chip. His body will break down next year, or he'll pout next year, year after. That's not going to help the Rockets. He'll call Sengun weak. He'll make Alp, he'll treat Alp worse than Coach Udoka does with his challenges. He'll call Amin weak. He'll call everybody on the team weak for his own problems. No. So, okay, so you don't want to pay Jimmy. So you want him as a rental then. Well, Jimmy won't do that. I doubt seriously he'll do that. This is my viewpoint. Real Purple and Gold. Boy, that's a new name. Thank you for chiming in. Why would we, as in Rockets, need Butler when we're winning without him? Point taken. And KDC states, if the Rockets pay Jimmy, that's less money for the rest of the young core. Tari, Bahari, Amin, and maybe Reed and Cam. Not going to happen. Oh, sure, he stated it. Yeah, not his preferred choice is the Suns. That's his preferred choice, his top choice. When that became when he realized that was more and more difficult and unlikely, he's like, well, where else can I go to? That's when other teams started popping up. He doesn't have a lot of leverage. Especially when he says, yeah, I'm going to test free agency. And I want to get my $50 million. From who? There's only one team projected to have that much cap space this summer, and that's the Nets. You don't want to go to the Nets. Jimmy Butler wants a new contract. That's what he wants. And he wants a contract that's worth $100+ million. Or should I say $100 million+ million. Oh, okay. So this is above Leet's mindset. He going for the chip now. That's what he wants. Yeah, he going for the chip now. You can buy a car, lease a car, or rent a car. We just want you to rent him so we can win the chip this year. That's all. That's what Above Leet's saying. Okay. Okay. It's not going to happen. But Above Elite, you and Dorian, y'all play GM. Y'all are Rafael Stone. Each of you. Give me your trade proposal to bring Jimmy Butler to the Rockets. I'm just curious what y'all want the Rockets, if you were Rafael, who you'd give up to get Jimmy Butler. It's not happening. I'm just saying. I'm curious at your thought process. Y'all are GM. Who do you want to give up? The Rockets to trade and give up for, and you think Miami would accept? Because it's not going to be Steven Adams and Jeff Green. That ain't going to work. So Above Elite says, Reed, Nate, and Cam, as in Nate Williams. That's not enough. Dorian says Cam and Reed. Okay, and who else? Keep going. You got to get close to that $48 million. Okay, and how many picks? How many picks you want to give up? A-Star Finance is at least thinking salaries that match. Fred, a first-round pick, and Jeff Green. And Miami be like, yeah, no. Nope. Yeah, we're not doing that. No, thank you. No. So Above Elite says wouldn't touch the core for him. But you'd have to for if you're the Heat. We joked around earlier about all that for De'Aaron Fox for this from Rafael Stone, his phone call. What do you think? What do you think Pat Riley would say if Rafael said, yeah, Pat, I want Jimmy Butler, and what I'm going to give you is Jeff Green, Jae'Sean Tate, Steven Adams, and a first-round pick. What? What? Come on now. Seriously, Rafael? Really? Come on now. But yeah, that's not going to happen. But I mean, Tari Eason. So, all right, so Tari Eason, who'd you say? Tari Eason, Reed, Cam. Still not enough. Still not enough. But Dorian and Above Elite, they want the Rockets to go for it this season. And I kind of agree with H-Town's finest here, Solo as well. Why trade for Jimmy when we have a men? H-Town's finest. Miami should be paying us to take that cancer. Just don't see it happening. As great as this season is currently for the Rockets, 32-14. I am not convinced adding Jimmy Butler to this team, this year's team, will win them the chip. He just, as talented as playoff Jimmy is, his attitude would destroy this team. And if you don't give up your young core, how is he going to impact his presence, impact Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun and Amen Thompson? They won't be the same player. They will not be the same player. So if they're not going to be the same player, why do you want Jimmy Butler? But Above it, what I'm saying to you, you're rushing, you're speeding up the process, which doesn't need to be sped up. Go back to what I said previous shows. Enjoy this season. This season is a bridge. This season is a bridge for the Rockets. The Rockets were not expected to contend for a championship this year. Don't rush it. Well, one is playoff experience. Fred alone is not enough. Fred and Uncle Jeff, that's not enough. These young guys got to get it. They got to go through it first themselves. And they need another shooter. They need better, as Justin and Solo, and I missed Big Thrillo, not able to join us tonight. The Rockets, a lot of them have a low basketball IQ. You see it in the half-court struggles they have. They're not going to get better in the half court in the playoffs until they experience it, until they see for themselves how teams defend them in the playoffs, until they see for themselves what needs to be done to get buckets in the playoffs. Fred can tell them forever, hey, the players are different. The players are different. You got to know this, you got to do all that kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. I can tell everybody here who's younger than me about being a media person for 30 years and telling you about this team and that team and how folks handle media. But until you experience it yourself, I'm just words. You got to live through it. See, now above least speaking truth, speaking some honesty, getting to the point now that if you don't get out of the first round, it's a failure of a year this year. Rockets are creating expectations with all these wins. Let's see who the first round opponent is, and look at those matchups and then determine, yeah, this is not a good matchup for the Rockets, or this matchup the Rockets should win. That's different. So I wouldn't call this year a failure if they lose in the first round. Now, if they got swept, that'd be a failure. Be a surprise and a disappointment. But this year's, like I said, this year's a bridge. This year's a bridge. They have exceeded most of our expectations, media and fans, this season with the wins. Come playoff time is different. And honestly, there's some teams in the West. Heck, I'm not sure how those teams will respond and how they'll behave in the playoffs. But, OKC is a problem. That won't be a first-round opponent, obviously. But teams at the bottom, they're struggling too. So matchup-wise, got to see how it is. See, that's the mentality I think I'm kind of more with. Is this year's gravy. Just enjoy this year. And honestly, and let me be clear, and this is not backtracking, but I want everyone if you are new to this show tonight, thank you for participating in the discussion. I am not a Rockets fan. I cover the Rockets as a credentialed member of the media. It is a privilege that I take seriously to receive a credential to cover any team, college, pro, whatever, league, whatever. So I'm not coming from many of y'all's perspective. Y'all are fans, and that's great because it's part of the conversation I love, the give and take. But the only way to me that this season would be a failure is if they got swept in the first round. That's the only way this season will be a failure. Not going 7 and losing at 7, getting swept. And then we could nitpick about, damn, man, they got rolled all 4 games. It looked bad. You got their asses handed to them all 4 times. That would be disappointment. But this team has exceeded expectations. So let's see what they do in these playoffs. And I'm not saying playing, I'm saying playoffs. So that's different. And it's going to be kind of, I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond to the playoffs. They could win their first round based on the matchup. And then the further you go, I think Coach has, sure. Hell, in Coach Udoka's press conference, his intro press conference, he stated in his coaching tenure, he had never missed the playoffs. Well, That ended last year. So he wants to get to the playoffs. He's got that fire in his belly. Yeah, he wants to get to the playoffs. He believes in his players. Sure he does. And Coach Udoka, the staff, the veteran players, they can tell all these youngsters, hey, fellas, we got to step up our game. We got to execute. Any little detail must be executed. The playoffs is different. Any little mistake is magnified. All those things, all the cliches you've heard, can say it, talk it, but until those youngsters go through it, it's nothing but words. So they got to go through it. And that's what I want to see. Youth is not an excuse, but it's a reason. And that is a difference. It's not an excuse, but it's a reason. And it's a legit reason. All right, everybody. That'll do it. This is my pleasure as always. Truly, and I want to do this again. Salute to all of y'all for the conversation, for the questions, the commitment y'all are showing to participate in these post-game shows. I truly appreciate it. The Rockets, 14 first half turnovers, and the Hawks kind of, bit the biscuit too. First half.
This jig is the gas face, man.
But the Rockets held on to get the dub and improve to 32-14 with a 196 victory. We're going to do another post-game show this Thursday. Keep them coming. Spread the word about this post-game show. The newcomers, don't be a stranger. Hit the like button on these shows. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Yes, there is different content on here. It's not just these Rockets post-game shows. A lot of basketball here. Faluso, thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Like I said, spread the word. My shows are different. Doesn't mean they're better. They're different. So just spread the word. See you guys Thursday. And as always, if you're new to it, this will be new for you. But the Houston Roundball Review, independent, been around since 1994. The Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Everyone, take care. Peace.
Game over.